take a look around wherever you are right now. For the next 5 seconds, focus entirely on finding things that are the color red. If you do this, something strange happens. Objects you were completely ignoring a minute ago suddenly jump out at you. It shows that human perception is an active filter rather than a passive camera. Our brains construct a version of reality based on pre-existing expectations and internal biases. What we see and what we ignore is determined by this internal software. These same filters govern our emotional life. When we leave them on autopilot, automatic negative biases can trap us in a cycle of reactive stress. The modal model of emotion illustrates how this internal filtering works in real time. Imagine 2 job candidates sitting in the exact same waiting room, facing the exact same high-stakes interview. This diagram maps their biological reactions. Candidate A experiences debilitating physical anxiety, trembling hands, and a racing heart. Candidate B remains completely calm. One external situation has produced 2 divergent physical realities. This raises a central question. Are we hardwired to these automatic responses, or can we intercept the timeline and dictate the outcome? Emotions are constructed biological sequences. If you know where to strike, you can hijack the process. The process model of emotion regulation slows down a split-second reaction into a chronological sequence: external stimulus, cognitive evaluation, and physical response. Most people try to intervene here, at the absolute end of the timeline, the physical response phase. This is called expressive suppression, trying to hide or force down a feeling that has already started. But fighting an emotion after it has bloomed is incredibly costly to the body. Suppression doesn't just feel bad, it carries heavy cognitive penalties. Studies show it creates physiological stress and impairs memory retention, making it harder to process information in the moment. Trying to control an emotion at this late stage is a losing battle against your own nervous system. A more effective approach targets the brain's internal conflict, the tension between the fast, automatic amygdala and the deliberate, logical prefrontal cortex. We can successfully intercept the process by moving back to the early stages of the timeline. This is where the prefrontal cortex can override the sequence. The first strategy is attentional deployment. This includes tools like distraction and mindfulness. By intentionally loading your working memory with neutral information, you filter out emotional intensity before it can fully form. But the ultimate neurological hack is cognitive change, also known as cognitive reappraisal. Reappraisal involves actively reinterpreting the situation itself. In our interview example, the calm candidate decided the meeting was actually a chance for him to judge whether the company was worth his time. This doesn't just mask the emotion, it rewrites the brain's instructions for the subsequent physiological response. Regular cognitive intervention triggers a process called neuroplasticity, which drives long-term biological adaptation. Actively practicing these hacks releases a protein called brain-derived neurotrophic factor, or BDNF. This protein acts as fertilizer for rapid neural growth. This process fosters neurogenesis and synaptogenesis, literally growing new, permanent neural pathways in the brain. As positive pathways strengthen through repetition, the old negative neural networks are starved of resources and physically prune away. Regulating your emotions structurally rebuilds your brain's architecture over time. Achieving this requires being ridiculously intentional with your everyday habits, your thoughts, and your cognitive reactions. Practicing 30-day challenges, mindfulness, or focused exercise serve as targeted training regimens for your prefrontal cortex. Positive thinking is often dismissed as a feel-good cliché, but it functions as a scientifically validated tool for intentional neural redesign. Changing your thoughts gives you the power to dictate your physical reality and redesign your own mind.